Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Kakamatsu Sunukwane and I will be your teacher for technology today. Today we're going to be looking at the design brief outlining specifications for a recyclable plastic to solve our littering problem in our school classroom. I know you guys thought I was going to talk about the grounds of the school, but this time we're talking about the classroom. We have a huge problem with you learners littering the school classroom by taking snacks from the tuck shop or during break, bringing it into class, eating it secretly by your corners, and littering the paper around the classroom. That is a huge problem. If I can ask, how many of you do litter in the classroom? You won't be honest because you guys know it's against the school rules. But that is why some of our learners came up with an idea to design a rubbish bin to recycle those snacks, paper, plastics that you guys always litter around the school. Because littering harms the ecosystem and it harms our environment. So, guys, that is why I feel learners came up with an idea to use recyclable materials to produce a recycled bin from plastic. Yes, from the plastic that you litter, they used that from plastic bottles and they made bins for each classroom. Each classroom will be provided with four rubbish bins for you guys to use because most of you guys complain about how there are not enough rubbish bins for us for you guys to use, and that is a huge problem. So the first they started by investigating if with the problem was there is not enough rubbish bins around the classroom, and most of the most problematic of it all is that those rubbish bins are not labeled for recycling. So they came up with an idea to make a prototype of dustbins but using plastic bottles, and they made it usable to make a bean plastic. So learners will put all their snacks, sweets, all their rubbish that they eat during break, and they will be using it. They will be putting it in this mini bin. Here it is labeled recyclable plastic. So learners would put their plastic rubbish in here and it will be used for recycling. So during the investigation, the learners saw that most plastic bins are big and their sizes and won't cater for classrooms labeled bins. So they came up with an idea to make a portable, easy to use, easy to handle, lightweight bins for a classroom, and it could fit in almost 5 liters of rubbish bins inside the bin. With the design, they started up looking at the idea that the bin includes lids to cover the rubbish, to put the rubbish inside. Is the lid, it can close to keep the rubbish inside. It has handles if you want to offload the rubbish in a bigger rubbish bin so that you can refill it again. So 4 bins each class. So the learners made sure that they make this rubbish bin by using tools like a scissor, a glue gun, and a ruler to measure the correct the correct the correct the correct measurement for this bin to be used. So an improvement that could be made for this bin, definitely it could be a little bit spacious and bigger so that you can cater for more bins. And another thing that could be more improvement is to make other recyclable bins, not only plastic but other ones like boxes and other recyclable materials that are used during school, and they are also littered around the school, around the classrooms or the schools. So definitely the learners came up with an excellent idea. This bin is durable, it is strong, and It is easy to use. Put it under your desk. When you eat a snack or a sweet, you will just put it in your bin and you're good to go. It saves the environment's ecosystem, and we stop littering in our school grounds, even in our classrooms. So ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for listening to me.